a very good game tonight. You know, we struggled with their pressure for sure, and you know, when we were able to have good runs of offense, we didn't make timely shots. We had one stretch where we closed it, I think, to 4 in the second half, and felt like we were doing some things well and being aggressive, but we weren't able to sustain it. We had a few too many turnovers, you know, and then I think, you know, they're obviously their pressure feeds off of that, and it was hard for us to, you know, keep them from scoring. They shot the ball well, and when they do, they're very dangerous because they can score inside, and they can score obviously going to the basket, and they can score from the perimeter when they're shooting well. So I thought that you know, having some turnovers and not being able to dictate as much as we'd like to by, you know, throwing the ball in the post just enough and having cleaner possession. So disappointed in the loss, and looking forward to Wednesday.
Chris, what did this game point out, if anything, it hit you immediately about what's required of the Spiders to sort of elevate to VCU's level, as well as they're playing right now?
Yeah, you know, I would say we need to score from the inside more. I think we're a good shooting team, and I think scoring from the inside helps all of that. You know, driving to the basket, cutters, but that's kind of where I think it has to start from us. And then our guard play has to probably create some more opportunities for us. You know, if we can have some, and we have, you know, tonight was difficult, but we just need to have some more plays that are created from guys dribbling the ball within how we play, and I think those two things is what I would point to, John. I think our defense is good. I think, you know, you have to help your defense sometimes, you know, and you can't, we can defend well, but you have to help your defense by having these runs and having opportunities and you know, these big shots, and your offense has to support your defense a little bit. So I think defensively we're very close. On offense, I would say that I'd say scoring inside and just a little bit more creation of shots from the perimeter.
Given that preference for more inside-out offense, do you not like the ratio of 25 of your 51 field goals were beyond the arc?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. And I think now again, you know, like if you take 8 seconds to bring the ball up, and then you're in your offense and how we play inside out, well, now you might not have as much time to throw it back in. And so I think that's going to happen, and statistics are always going to be a little bit, I think probably most of VCU's opponents, their statistics are different that game. Yeah, yeah. That game. And so, but yes, I think, you know, I feel like when we're shooting 38 or 40% of our threes, 42% of our shots are threes, that's a little bit better. I think when we're at half or over half, I don't think that's ideal.
Coach Mooney.
Excuse me.
Sorry, go ahead, John.
How much of just VCU's distinctive defensive style, perhaps you just touched on that, they cause Richmond's offensive issues?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think we weren't able, you know, we're a very fluid team, and when you have disruptions at any of those points, whether it's in the backcourt because of the pressure, you have disruptions, making it hard for the forward to catch the ball. All of those things add up to us, you know, not being as fluid and recognizing, and therefore being as assertive. You know, I think, you know, this has always been the case, and so when we, you know, there are two things probably, like when we play, what our offense is, and then how we play. And with VCU, it's more how we play, and you're throwing the ball to guys in different spots, but you're playing off of those passes and cuts. But tonight I thought was disruptive enough that we didn't find a good enough rhythm for a long enough period of time.
Coach Mooney,
Go ahead.
you cut it to 53-49 there. This play started to get loud. what happened in those few minutes after that allowed them to go on the run that
Yeah.
proved decisive.
Yeah, I feel like we had turnovers. I think we had a live ball turnover when it was 4. I'm not sure, and they had a run out. So that's obviously the worst kind of turnover that turns into points immediately. And then that's what I mean. Our offense couldn't sustain, whether it's a trip to the foul line or a 3-point shot over the next 3 minutes. Our offense couldn't sustain. And so even though our defense was good, I thought, our offense couldn't help it. And so, the turnovers were a problem and an issue, and not just in the full quarter or the runouts, but we just not quite good enough offensively, not quite fluid enough, and not quite enough of what we recognize and how we usually try to score.
Chris, what was your pregame scout assessment of Jameer Watkins?
Yeah.
And he plays 25 minutes tonight, but he's the leading scorer and rebounder in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good player, and he's impressive because of he's not only a very explosive athlete, but he handles the ball nicely, he shoots the ball well. I think that their depth is always impressive, and so I believe he has started a game or some game. Yeah, so he started some games, and so he's certainly talented enough, and coming off the bench is a lot of firepower.
Let's do one more, guys, so we can get Tyler up here. Anything else, Coach? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.